Easter dinner is done. Look at this. That is just some Oreos that I crushed. I'm just gonna spread those out, evenly covering the bottom of our 9 by 13 dish. 8-ounce container of Philadelphia cream cheese. I'm gonna add 1 stick of softened butter. We're gonna mix this together, and I've got some powdered sugar, and we're gonna mix slowly. Got 1 16-ounce container of Cool Whip. We are going to add the whole thing in here. Get that mixed in with that cream cheese and butter and powdered sugar. That is mixed together, and yes, I did change my bowl. The other one was smaller than I thought. All mixed together. And I've got some pudding that I'm using this French vanilla. All of 2 packages to this. I've got some whole milk. We're going to put in about 3 cups. And the last thing that we're going to add is just a little vanilla extract. I've got my whisk, and we are going to mix that together. And we're just going to take that pudding mixture and pour it right on top of our cream cheese and butter mixture. We're just going to stir this together until we get that all mixed. And we're just going to pour this right on top of our cookie crumbs. I absolutely love making this for Easter. It's such a simple recipe and one you can do ahead of time, and that's always a win for me. That looks great. We're just gonna use our spatula to kind of get that mixed. I think that looks really good. With the rest of our cookie crumbs, we're just going to sprinkle them right on top of our mixture, trying to get an even layer. And after we get this on, we're just gonna put this in the refrigerator just until it sets up a little bit, and then we're gonna decorate this for Easter. I have 12 frozen dinner rolls, which I thawed, and I'm just gonna cut them into 4s. Super easy. Just like that. I'm gonna bring in my bowl, and we're just going to add those pieces right to our bowl. I'm gonna set that back here, and I've got some melted butter, and to that I'm gonna add some rosemary that I chopped, a little bit of parsley, and 1 clove of garlic. We're gonna whisk that together and drizzle it right on top of our pieces of our dinner rolls. This is such an easy recipe to do. I love to make it for Easter, but any gathering. Before we go much further, I want to make sure that we pour in some Parmesan and mozzarella because I like my bread cheesy. You definitely can leave this part out if you want to. It's the way I like it, so I'm going to do it that way. So we're just going to mix this together until we have that all combined. It's mixed together, so I'm just going to set this aside and bring in my muffin tin that I did spray with some cooking spray. I'm going to take a scoop of the dinner roll pieces that we have and put them right into our muffin tin. Okay, I think that's good. We are going to bake these 350 degrees for just 15 to 20 minutes. I can't wait for you to see what this looks like. I have 3 oranges, which I juiced and zested, 1 cup of dark brown sugar. I've got a tablespoon of rosemary, which I chopped, 1/4 cup of grainy mustard, 1 clove of garlic, a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of chili powder, a little bit of cinnamon, and we just need to season this up with some pepper and some salt. We're going to bring this up to a boil and let it simmer for about 7 minutes, stirring it actually most of the time. Our glaze for our ham has been simmering for about 7 minutes. Oh, look at that. The color is beautiful. It is done. I have my spiral sliced ham that is fully cooked in my roasting pan on my rack, and I'm just brushing it with half of that glaze that we made. This just makes it so delicious. You definitely can make this glaze ahead of time, and then when you're ready, just brush it on. Once I get this completely covered, I am going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees, and we're gonna bake it for 1.5 hours. And I'm gonna tent this with foil. Afterwards, I'm gonna take that foil off, and I'm gonna brush it one more time using the other half of the half, and then put it back in the oven uncovered for 30 minutes, but after 15, I'm gonna brush it the last time, so we've got plenty of glaze on this. Okay, gonna tent this up in the oven, and then I'm just going to pour a little water, probably an inch on the bottom, just for some moisture so it doesn't dry out. There you go, it's ready to go. 350, 1.5 hours. That is 2 pounds of carrots, which I have peeled and trimmed. I've got some apricot preserves. Just gonna take a scoop of that, put it right in the bowl. I've got some honey. We're gonna drizzle a couple tablespoons worth. I have some melted butter, a little bit of some balsamic vinegar. I'm gonna do the same amount of some olive oil. For seasonings, I've got some garlic powder, some thyme, a little bit of cumin, and some mustard. Lastly, we have our salt, a nice big pinch of that, and our pepper. Just gonna bring in the whisk and whisk that together until I have that combined. We're just gonna pour this right on top of our carrots. I have some tongs, and we are just going to toss this until our carrots are all coated. Then we're gonna place that in our preheated oven at 400 degrees, and this is only gonna take about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the size of your carrots, until they are nice and tender. Our glazed ham has been baking for 1.5 hours, so I'm gonna uncover it, and we are going to brush it with more of that glaze, making sure to get it all over it. Just keep brushing until you get it coated. We're going to put it back in the oven. I'm going to turn it up to 375, and we're going to bake it for 30 minutes, but after 15 minutes, we're going to give it one last brush with the glaze. But we are almost done. Okay, I think that looks good. We've saved some for after 15 minutes, so in the oven, 375 degrees this time for 30 minutes. We are 15 minutes away from this being done, so we are going to put the last bit of this glaze all over this ham. Back in the oven, 15 minutes, and we're gonna taste this. I can't wait. Our Easter dessert has been chilling for a while, so I'm just gonna take a spoon and pull it back and add some bunnies. So I've got some Peeps. You could use whatever you like. Make sure I got them in. Pull another space and add our next one. We're gonna keep going until we have all of our bunnies in here. And this is where you get to be creative and use what you like. So for me, I gotta have some M&Ms. So I'm just gonna place a few of my favorite M&Ms right next to the bunnies. Just like that, super easy. You definitely can use anything you like. I would love to know, what is your favorite Easter candy? Mine actually probably is, I actually like the mega Easter M&Ms that are a little bit bigger. Look at that. How cute is that, and how easy was this? Our Easter dinner is done. Look at this. Time to plate this up and taste it. Gotta have some ham. Okay. That glaze. So delicious. I love the flavors. Let me know if you try it for your Easter. Yum. Gotta try these glazed carrots. Oh my gosh. Mm-mm-mm. Absolutely delicious. I hope you try this one. Yum. Gotta check out these herbed garlic dinner rolls that are perfectly cooked. Oh yeah. Okay, just gonna pull off a piece. Oh, how easy was this? And it's so delicious. I hope you try it. Yum. Time to try our Easter dessert. Okay. I'm excited about this. Oh, oh wow, that is so good and so easy. I hope you make it. Yum.